Hey guys, this is Danya. Welcome to another episode of Kitchen Rule at Home. Today's episode's very special. It's pretty long and a bit chaotic, but I hope you're gonna enjoy it. So let's begin. Let's move over there where the light is better. This is like a workout. Okay. Oh God, this is heavy. I think I make the easiest turkey out there. There's no brining, there's no like injecting, there's no buttering. It's just salt, black pepper, and turkey. The turkey skin already has so much fat on it that I really don't think you need to add excess oils to this. Okay, so we're just gonna salt this. You're gonna do about, I would say, half tablespoon of salt per kilo. So we're gonna need 4 tablespoons in total. So I'm gonna do one here, a bit on the wings. Or the one, I need math lessons. How many were those?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I did halvesies.
Yeah, so 4 halves.
1,
2.
2, this was 1. This is why, whatever, let's just do an extra. You just have to massage the bird like this. And I will put black pepper tomorrow. So that's it. Very, very easy. Expose every single, expose as much skin as you can because you want it all to dry out evenly. And make sure you have place in the fridge because there's nothing worse than doing this step and then opening the fridge and no space, you know? So we're gonna be putting this in the fridge for 2 entire days. You want the skin to dry out completely, and that's what results in a super crisp, thin, shattering skin. This is what our turkey looks like. We put this in at 8 p.m. yesterday. Today it's Sunday, almost 3. Look at all this liquid that seeped out of it from the salt. We're gonna be draining all that now, and then we're gonna be peppering this and placing it back in the fridge. So, Bismillah. I'm gonna remove all of this liquid that has... Oh, قطعت الكهرباء. Whatever, guys. Anyways, you get the idea. So we've drained out as much liquid as possible. Don't be too concerned if there's any excess liquid. We're gonna drain more tomorrow. And now we're just gonna be seasoning this with some freshly ground black pepper. Massage this in like you did the salt, and then once I'm done, I'm gonna massage the cavity as well. The cavity is just the inside of the bird. Day 3 of our turkey adventure. We're gonna be draining all this liquid. I'm gonna be seasoning the cavity again with some salt, and then we're gonna let it cool to room temp. Not cool, let it come to room temp. This is our dead fish.
That we're supposed to take to the doctor.
I know this is gruesome, but it's the truth, guys. I'm holding the turkey. Basil's so disgusted. He's like, all right,
I didn't sign up for this.
And then I'm just gonna salt the inside of the turkey and let this come to room temp until we're ready to serve. Ready to bake. This looks really, really unappealing to do, but it's such an important step because you're flavoring every step, every part of this bird. Okay, that's it.
When?
So, gravy is basically stock. This is just chicken thigh bones that I asked the butcher to debone for me. And there's a turkey neck. I'm gonna go in and show you guys. This is a turkey neck that comes with your turkey, and a bit of excess turkey fat that I trimmed off, so you want the turkey flavor. We're gonna turn on the heat. You can roast this in the oven, but I feel like it takes too much time. So I'm just gonna turn on the heat and allow it to brown. It's been about 7 minutes, and I just wanna show you guys how much browning you get on the bottom, because we didn't touch it at all. We're gonna be seasoning this now. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon, so this is half, so 2 of this. And then half a tablespoon of sugar. It really balances things out. And we're gonna go in with all our aromatics. So we have 1 cinnamon stick, 2 or 3 bay leaves, and about 6 cloves. And all our veggies or herbs. All right, where's my water? You're gonna need enough water to go all the way above all of these bones. So I'm probably gonna need more than this. I would say about 2 liters of water. So this is the stock about an hour and a half later. I'm gonna turn it off and continue tomorrow because it's getting really late and I'm getting super tired. We're just gonna strain this and tomorrow we'll get back to it. This is gravy, our turkey and chicken stock gravy. Before I turn on the heat, actually, I do it the cheating way. I don't do the whole flour, butter, roux sort of situation. I just do really rich stock. Like you can see how gelatinous this is because we boiled it for so long. And I'm just gonna go in with cornstarch, going with 2 heaping tablespoons. It's about 30 grams. Use your whisk and blend everything together. We are gonna go in with just a few drops of dark soy for color. So we're gonna do about 1 teaspoon, I suppose. And now we can turn on our heat. And it's just gonna darken as it boils. It's thickening nicely. The color is really deep and rich. The only thing I need to do now is add some freshly ground black pepper, and then we'll heat it right before serving. This also looks more watery than usual, but once it cools down, it's gonna set into like gravy consistency. So the way I do mashed potatoes is I choose 1 potato per person. That's how I calculate. Oops. And you want to roughly chop them. You don't want to chop them up too small, otherwise it absorbs way too much water and then you're going to end up with like a watery mash. So now all our potatoes are chopped. You don't have to soak them or anything. You're not trying to release the starch like you would if you were making French fries. And then in a large pot, we're going to be dumping all these potatoes in. And here's what I do differently. I don't flood this with water. I just put enough water we're sort of like steaming / simmering our potatoes. So you only want enough water to cover the potatoes halfway. And then you're gonna put it on low heat and cover. There's only a little bit of water left. You don't have to be also too precise about this. Just drain it as much as you can, like so. And you want the potatoes to be this tender. Like if you use a fork, it just breaks apart like that. It's chicken stock, or you can just omit it. And you're just gonna let that dissolve inside. The heat of the potatoes is gonna melt the cube and the butter. Season these mashed potatoes with some freshly ground black pepper. And we're just gonna go in with our masher and mash everything up. Don't worry if it looks too watery. This is gonna be sitting in the fridge overnight and it's gonna firm up. So we're done. You can see this is quite lumpy. You can mash it more if you like. I quite like a lumpy mashed potatoes. And if you can tell in the beginning it looked so soupy, but then the potatoes absorb all that butter and milk really quickly. Today is the day of our Thanksgiving dinner, and for dessert we're going to be making banoffee pie. I feel like pie is like a necessary thing on this day, and this is very quick and very light, but at the same time indulging. So we're going to start with the crust. I want to show you guys these biscuits. So you don't have to use digestive, you can really use anything. I've even used stale like ice cream cones before. As long as it binds together, it will bake really nicely. I'm using, these are like salty crackers, and these are like those basic generic sweet biscuits, and we're just gonna pulse them, and then we're gonna mix them with some butter, sugar, salt, and oatmeal. I might have overpacked this, hold on, let's see. So our biscuits have blended up really well. It's okay. I'm gonna now go in with some brown sugar, oatmeal, and a pinch of salt. It's way easier, just sort of like mix and squeeze, as if this was like sand. So here we have everything mixed well. You can see if you press it together like so, it's like it holds its shape. That's exactly what you want. And then we're gonna dump it into our springform pan. I like using a springform because it's easier to release later on. And I've lined it with parchment, and I've brushed the sides slightly with butter, just to be extra safe. So we pour that all in, and you're just gonna press it down, making sure to get it even as possible, and going up towards the edges slightly. So we're pushing it up to the edge. You want like a 2 centimeter border. But back to our caramel over medium heat, I would say. We're gonna bring everything to a boil. So we want the sugar and the butter to melt with the cream. So it's been about, I'd say 15 minutes, and our banoffee crust is looking really nice and golden brown. We're gonna let this cool slightly. And then we're gonna pour in all our gorgeous toffee caramel. Okay, really hot. This is our caramel sauce. It's gonna thicken as it sits, so don't worry about it being so liquidy. And it's gonna go in the fridge and set furthermore. Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Guys, we just had all right, I'm a bit flustered. We just had intense fish drama. Our fish died and my kids freaked out. But let's move on with this banoffee pie. Okay, so this is our crust. It's baked up really nicely. We've allowed it to cool. It's set. It's nice and crisp and golden. And this is our caramel that we made. That's also thickened up slightly, if you can see. We're just gonna pour this entire thing here at the base. It's very dark and rich. And once it cools down, it's gonna taste so good. I'm gonna go in with all our bananas. And once our caramel has cooled 100%, so I'm gonna be putting this in the fridge again. So once it's cooled about like 2 to 3 hours, I'm gonna top it generously with whipped cream. And then we're gonna shred some dark chocolate on top with a pinch of sea salt. It looks like a lot, but I like to go heavy on the bananas. I just feel like it's a huge part of the dessert. And I'm gonna do a tiny sprinkle of sea salt.
Of course.
Just a bit. Voila, it elevates the flavor really well. It just adds extra dimension. So that's about it. I'm gonna put this on a tray because the caramel is seeping through and I don't want it to mess my fridge up. And we'll get back to this in a second. Okay. So our caramel, banana, and crust have chilled. The bananas get brown, but you're gonna cover that with glorious whipped cream, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna whip some cream. Make sure your cream is really cold. And we're just gonna add a pinch of vanilla bean powder. You can use vanilla extract. I happen to have vanilla bean powder, and like a tablespoon of icing sugar. Whip it on medium speed and then move to high. Once you have soft peaks, we're gonna turn it off and go in with our hand because we don't want to overmix our whipped cream. So while our cream is whipping, let me take you around the kitchen to show you what we've made today. So this is for our salad. These are sweet potatoes roasted with maple syrup and sunflower seeds. We have some green apple slices I've sliced super thin. This is our fig jam dressing. And then if you follow me here, our turkey is roasting in the oven. I don't know if it shows. You can see our slippers only. This is our beautiful, rich gravy. We have corn that we're gonna add to these beautiful herbs that we've sort of like torched with really hot oil. This is our mashed potatoes. I told you that I was gonna add milk to reheat it. And I have this jar of truffle paste that needs using, so we're just gonna put that in after the potatoes have cooled. And this is our mushroom soup that needs some further simmering. So our cream, you can see, is starting to hold itself more. So I'm gonna turn it off now. I think Mama's here. Okay, and then we're just gonna go in with our hand and sort of do a few more turns, and that's it. See, the bottom is still a bit wet, but that's what I want because if you over mix it, I don't know, Basil, if it shows, but I want it this smooth and I want it this soft because once you put it in the fridge, it's gonna firm up. So we're just gonna pour this entire thing on top of our banana and caramel. Hold on, the spatula is tiny, like look how tiny. I don't know why I use such a small one. All right. I'm just gonna smooth it out. I like to do it very roughly. I like seeing some exposed caramel and banana. All right. So you can use the dark chocolate of your choice. I just happen to have this bar. Just gonna whack it a bit. Might need some more whacking. Hold up. Sounds aggressive. All right, let's open this up so I can choose the pieces that I want. I want these little bits rather than the ginormous chunks. Chocolatey hands, so I gotta... Can you open the fridge for me? We're gonna put this in the fridge until it's time for dessert, which is not now. Good morning. We're at the shop today, Kitchenrule, if you guys don't know about it yet. I need to pick some plates for my annual Thanksgiving dinner. So I have like a few ideas in mind, and I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm gonna pick. Eyeing this big platter over here. I think my turkey might fit on this. If it doesn't fit, I can put my dessert, but it's pretty big, and I'm liking the round shape rather than rectangular that I do yearly. I have my eye on like these gray shallow dishes, which are really pretty. And I need some like wooden platters to put my bread on. So I'm thinking of going for this on each side of the table. I'd put like the bread rolls in this compartment, and then there would be the dip. So I might go for 2 of these.
Where are you going? Amazing.
look good.